Hello and welcome to the Rod Kirby Show. I'm your host, Rod Kirby. And guess what, suckers? It's my birthday boy in the house. It is my birthday. Yes, it is my birthday. And I have a few friends with me. Let's bring up the crew. There's no one there. There we go. There's Michael. There is Glenn. There's Andrew. What's up, fellas? What's going on?
Happy birthday. Yeah.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you. Okay, so check this out. For if you never had a chance to watch my show, anyone that's watching, I'm a filmmaker, and these friends of mine are filmmakers as well, except for one. One is a very special guest. Another is a very special guest, and another is a very special guest. First special guest, Andrew. Andrew, how you doing, sir?
Hey man, how's it going? Thanks for allowing me to be here on this very special epic day.
So everyone, check this out. Andrew is my best friend from high school. High
true.
school.
It's scary
That's right.
how low your standards were back then.
Special guest number 2 is Mr. Michael Tuning. Michael is one of my best friends from college. What's up, Mike? How you doing, boy? What's going on, kid?
Not much.
So yeah, I'm here. And then we have Mr. Glenn Payne. Glenn is a filmmaker. And Glenn, remind me again, where are you from? You're in the South. I know that much.
That's a really good question. I've been all over the place.
You're all over, but
but Tupelo, Mississippi. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in Tupelo right now. Yeah.
Okay, so you're in Tupelo right now, but
Yeah.
you guys can find this guy in LA sometimes, on the moon other times, just about everywhere.
Yeah, I feel like I'm supposed to, by process of elimination or the pattern, I'm supposed to be your best friend from grad school.
That's what I was going to say. Is that the current level of friendship? It started at the bottom with me, and then it was slowly going up to you. And that's where I thought it was going. It was like, cool, all right.
Glenn, you're my best friend in Mississippi. How about that?
There you go.
I'll take it.
And for those that don't know, Andrew runs a podcast every once in a while, whenever he feels like it.
That's very true.
No, seriously, it's like whenever you feel like it.
It's hard, man. It's a
challenge.
I feel like folks don't understand how much time goes into just doing really fun projects. Because just to get me and my other host and then put together stories and and a certain format of doing things, and if we have guests, and then you have to edit everything and then put it all out, push it and everything, and then for a long time I was doing the podcast and YouTube. And so then when it was on YouTube, I was having to edit all that stuff and then add in movie clips and sounds and stats and all types of fun stuff, for that was very fun to watch. And so that's like another 8 or 9 hours of stuff. And then
it's a lot of work. Yeah.
It's crazy work. And so when it doesn't do as well as you would hope, it can be very backbreaking. And you just kind of,
it can be.
You would rather sleep instead someday. So and then with my new job and then my kid and everything, it's been kind of tough to find time for fun things. So very, very excited to be here and talk amongst people.
Yes, sir. And for those that aren't familiar with you, Glenn, they may not know that you are a classically trained painter. Is that correct?
Ooh,
that is true. Yeah, my background is fine art. Went for painting and drawing. Mississippi State University, and then got into films after that. So yeah, this is my painting studio. Actually, I share it with some friends, but I'm in the studio right now. Yeah.
And then Mr. Michael,
I'm so sorry.
One second, Andrew. And Mr. Michael is also a painter, an author, and an artist as well. Isn't that right,
sir?
That's right. And we have another special guest just joined us. Hello, Miss Tamika. What is going on, lady?
Hi, what's up, everybody?
Whoa.
Happy birthday, Rod.
Thank you, Tamika. I've talked to you before on my show. I've interviewed you. I've interviewed Glenn before. So if you're watching and you want to hear more of their backstory and more of the projects that they've been working on, head over to my YouTube channel. It is at Rod Kirby. If you just put that into the search box, and you will see I have a playlist of artists and filmmaker interviews such as them. But Tamika, you just started a podcast yourself. What's your podcast about?
Everything. I like to talk to creatives, especially people that have businesses, something that they want to promote, just really providing them a platform to be able to express themselves and share all their wonderful elements with the world. And just really, like I said, giving people a platform to be able to just a non-conventional, fun platform, and we talk about everything, literally from what color your toenail polish is to what college you went to. So,
well, my toenails are the color of an adult man, whatever that color is. So
Yeah. You
leave that
right
right there.
I have expected Tamika to also be like this amazing artist and painter, since everybody else in the room is way more talented than me. So one of these is not like the other. So
well, Tamika is an artist. She's an artist on film. She's a filmmaker.
Thank you, Rod. Sorry, yes. Yeah. So just me then. Okay, great. Yeah.
I mean, there's talent in there somewhere, buddy. I know it's in there. It's in that board somewhere.
It's in there somewhere.
I can see it in you somewhere in there. And we got another special guest. This is our I want to call her the guest of the guests. Okay, I love you all, but this young lady here, Miss AD Payne, is in the house.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, darling. It is her birthday as well. We are birthday twins on today.
Happy birthday.
Happy
I'm
birthday.
actually, yes.
Where are you right now?
Last minute, people took me out, y'all. I'm so sorry.
Where'd you go to eat? I know you went to eat somewhere. Where'd you go?
I'm at Red Hook. Got me a margarita.
Okay. Ooh, you got a margarita,
Yes.
huh? Say nobody nothing. How about that? Okay.
Yeah.
Where is Bianca? She not with you?
She doing something for her family. Something's going on with her family right now, so she might not be able to log in.
Okay, no problem. So Bianca was going to be our other guest, but we will excuse that, and hopefully everything is all right with her. So moving right along with our schedule, here's what's coming up, everyone. So I've been very vague about what we're actually doing tonight, and for good reason, because I'm very mischievous. I think I said that right. So I want to do a couple of things. First thing I want to do is talk about some entertainment news, just real quick, just go through some stuff. And I've got Miss AD Payne has graciously allowed me to visit the set of one of her productions, and we'll talk about that as well. And then I want to play a little game with you. So sit tight, hang on, put your butt cheeks up in a nice cup like this, because we're going for a ride, okay? Can you, Andrew, grab your butt cheeks? Do something.
Yeah, I got them. I mean, like, it's pretty flat nowadays, but it's
All
there.
right.
I got it.
Michael, cheeks and hands like this. Like, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So real quick, if this is your first time here, I want you to go over to YouTube, which you should be watching this on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, please. I'm trying to grow my channel subscribers. Right now, we're at 330, I believe.
Nice.
And we're growing steadily. Today has been a nice shot in the arm since everyone is wishing me well for my birthday. All I really want are subscribers for my birthday and you guys to watch and enjoy the show. That's all I really want. I don't need money. Well, I won't say that.
At some point.
I don't need as much money. I got a couple bills to pay, but don't worry about all that. But if you want to connect with me, you can always go to my website at rodkirby.com, as well as linktree. That's LINK dot. But it's on the screen. I can't spell. /RodKirby, whatever. All right. Next up, let us go to this here. All right. So there was a new app that I came across. It's called Call Sheet. And Call Sheet is actually kind of interesting. Let me switch this up for you guys so you can take a look at this. So Call Sheet is an interesting app. It's kind of like IMDb, and where you can actually look at film information, as well as actors and who the cast and crew are, as well as budgets and all that good stuff. But one thing that a lot of people don't like about IMDb is that it's so cluttered, and it's got a lot of ads. But on Call Sheet, you can actually pay for ad removal, and they've got some nifty new features. Michael, have you ever heard of Call Sheet?
No, sir.
Tamika, do you use IMDb?
Yes.
Okay. So if you ever use IMDb, you know that it can be very cluttered, sometimes user unfriendly. But Call Sheet is really trying to do something new, where they have this very interesting way of presenting the information within the app. So you can actually use different features, such as a button. You can actually customize a button to go to the information that you want to see. So it can go directly to the budget information, or it can go directly to where to watch a certain movie or a show. And I've been playing around with it. It's actually kind of cool. I like it. It's a little different. Next up, really quick, Barbenheimer. Has anyone heard of Barbenheimer? I'm sure you have.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the culmination of Barbie as well as Oppenheimer, that film from Chris Nolan. So I saw Oppenheimer, and I don't want to say just yet what my thought is. I want to ask Michael, what did you think of Oppenheimer? Have you seen it yet?
Did not see it. Really don't have any interest in seeing it, really.
I knew you were going to say that, my friend, because you
They're like Nolan, I guess.
Well, Michael, if y'all don't know, Mike has a very interesting viewpoint on movies, and it's so funny. Every movie that I say I love, he hates.
Oh,
every movie I say I don't like, he loves. We have a
Nice.
weird dynamic. But has anyone seen Oppenheimer?
So I decided to go see the new like Ninja Turtles instead of Barbie or because I'm a grown child, I guess, because I felt like the film buff in me should go see both films because both are very polarizing right now. I mean, Nolan has a really great history of filmmaking, writing. He rarely misses. Sometimes with like something like Tenet, it can get a little excessive, but I've heard good things. And then Barbie, I've heard it's been a really fun ride. It's gotten some, I think, bad buzz about being like anti-man, which I don't think is true. I think anything that challenges any type of new like thought process is just viewed as like an attack. But yeah, so I mean, like I love Ryan Gosling, so my wife went and saw that. She said it was great. So I would like to see both. I just chose to go see the the new Ninja Turtles instead.
It shows better.
Well, Barbie has crossed the $1 billion mark worldwide, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, it's an IP movie. It's intellectual property. It's Mattel. And they make every toy, and they make every toy into a movie. And then Oppenheimer itself is actually crossing the looks like 500 million mark, which is actually a little slower for. I mean, it's good for Nolan, but it's still not normally where he usually ends up.
Yeah, I feel like Tenet also kind of flopped a little bit, in the sense of that a movie that made $300 million can flop, it's because it cost $500 million, to make, and then like another like $200 million to even like market. But yeah, so I feel like because of it being so grounded in this, pseudo documentary style or whatever, I guess, that's fun to say. It'll probably make all of its like awards and stuff, and that'll like kind of make up for it not being as profit heavy.
Right. Glenn, have you seen any of those?
I've seen Barbie. I have not seen Oppenheimer, but
right.
I enjoyed Barbie quite a bit.
Well, here's my 10-second review of Oppenheimer. So I saw it with the wife, and I'm a Chris Nolan fan. I love most of his movies, all his movies, really.
Okay.
But I thought it was boring as hell. And here's the thing: I am a history buff. I love history, learning about history. I love learning about things I never knew about. I knew the Oppenheimer story mostly, the big swings, but I wasn't too keen on the details. But here's the thing: with the movie, I thought that it only picked up and got exciting when they started actually making the bomb. Yeah, and we saw those pieces come together. And then when they actually started to test it, I was like, okay, it's getting good. But then it went back into the political portion of it and his life. And I was like, oh my God, blow something up. I want to see something. So,
okay. So, I mean, like, I'm assuming everybody here, has been watching movies forever. Are y'all in this camp now that it's offensive to have, sex scenes? Like I know that because of Oppenheimer, there's a lot of people that were supposedly upset because, there's a sex scene and like there's people being nude. And I'm just kind of in the camp if it adds to the story in general, I don't really care. But if it's just added in to just add to like the runtime or just to get certain clicks, then like I'm not into it. What's y'all's take on that?
I mean, people have sex, so
You got to get it in.
Yeah.
Even back in the
you
40s.
know.
Yeah.
Somebody got to do it.
Yeah. Clearly, we're all here for a reason.
It's true. Y'all's is to add stuff, and then mine is just to like watch because everyone here is way more talented than me. So I'm just gonna like try to like hold on a little bit.
Yeah, thank you, Kimberly. She seconds my boring comment there.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I have to watch it for a project.
I mean, here's the thing. It's a technically sound, well-made movie, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris Nolan does not make a bad looking movie, and he doesn't
Right.
make a bad movie at all. It's actually it's a drama, but he frames it as a thriller, and so that makes it interesting to watch. But honestly, I was just taking out the movie a couple of times, and I really wish that he would have taken, as far as the script and the story goes, I wish that it was more of like an action thriller where it was more of like a spy thriller. Okay, you're trying to there was actually a thread in the movie where there was a spy in Los Alamos where they developed the bomb, but they really didn't focus on that. I mean, it was like show me that part and where they caught the spy, and maybe show me what happened to the spy. And then when they actually built the bomb, they didn't show the impact of the bomb. They didn't show the aftermath of dropping it on Hiroshima. And I've seen all that stuff in historical footage, but I would love to have seen that in the movie.
So are there any people here that are fans of like horror movies?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so here recently I saw Talk to Me. That was really good. I can't remember if Rod is into horror movies. I feel like you're more like a sci-fi person, but
I'm in all of it, dude.
Talk to Me was very good. I feel like that'll be like this year's, like maybe like a Hereditary or something. I like. Am I wrong in that I wanted it to be a little bit more like a little bit more like ambiguity? Like I kind of hated that they were so like it's such a ghost story and there wasn't maybe more of like a gray area. Like I kind of wanted it to be maybe about like schizophrenia or something, and instead it's just like no, it's just definitely about ghosts instead. So I don't know if that's just because I'm just old now and that I kind of want a little bit more in my stories, or if it's just me being like Rod and just hating everything or something or whatever, so.
Well, I love horror movies, and personally I can watch Nightmare on Elm Street and then go take a nap directly after. That's how much I love the movie.
Yeah.
And I think a ghost story is good if it's done really well. And if you're going to, do that in your story, you have to really do something different and new that people really haven't seen. And I really like the premise of that movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I do want it. It's on my list.
It's cool. It's neat. It's set in I think in like either Australia or New Zealand. It's one or the other. It's a really like intimate, small scale, which I've really liked everything that has been done by like A24. I mean, I don't know if they're just picking all their projects very intelligently or if maybe all their stuff is just done very well, but all their scripts are almost always great. And then I watched another one on Amazon. It was called the like Blackening, and it was hilarious. I'm not sure if anybody else has seen it or whatever, but it's almost like this meta fourth wall breaking horror movie where all these friends who happen to be black go to this like cabin in the woods, and then they get forced to play this like horror game and stuff, and it's amazing. It was very, very good. And then I watched Bodies. That's also great. So I mean, like I've been like in this kick of wanting more intelligent leads and stuff and everything, and so I mean, like all of those have been like really good.
What was the last horror movie? I don't
like horror movies.
No, Tommy, none at all.
Nope, because when I'm watching them, I'm over there. I'm anointing the whole house, all even blood and everything. Don't want to do it. Can't do it.
What was the last horror
My
movie you saw?
imagination is too vivid. So
so like I'm debating my next movie. So one of them is in the realm of like possession stuff. So I've been on a little kick. I hadn't watched a horror movie in a while for no real reason. I just had been kind of out of it, watching other stuff. But I just recently watched a couple of the Insidious movies and then the third Conjuring movie. And I was like, should I watch these other Conjuring universe things? And a couple other have popped up recently. So, last night I watched the Boy, I'm going to get the name of the boat wrong. The Last Voyage movie, The Last Voyage of the Demeter, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was cool. It was I'm leery about saying too much about any of these, but like that.
Yeah.
That was a fun theater film with the scope of it with a boat in the ocean and everything.
What about you, Mike? Last horror movie you saw?
Honestly, I can't really remember. I've kind of steered away from those because they haven't been good in like 15 years. So
That's fair.
Last good one I think I saw was one of the Paranormal Activities. I think was good to me. The last one was pretty scary. So that was like years ago.
Miss Kimberly says she is with Tamika. She does not do horror films at all.
Exactly. We're walking around pleading the blood of Jesus. Amen.
What's the scariest movie that you have liked?
Oh, hey, birthday chick. What'd you say? AD, would say that one more time. We can't hear y'all.
I was saying I would love to do a horror film. I did one, but it was like only 3 pages. It was just like for this festival on Film Freeway, and it was more action because I write a lot of words and I got to get to write a lot of action. So I did a horror one, but you can actually listen to it. It's not filmed out. You can listen to it, and I can send you the link.
Cool. I'll definitely have to check that out.
Yeah, like I'll say that I think my wife is more like y'all, and so my favorite thing to do is to trick her into watching horror movies. So I'll just lie and say that like it's like really great comedy or something, and then like it starts off kind of funny, and then people start getting murdered, and she's like, "This is not great at all," And it's great. I like it's one of my favorite things.
Glenn, to answer your question, the scariest horror movie that I've ever seen in my entire life was Hereditary, and that movie messed me up. I mean, I enjoyed it, I liked it, but it was like, oh my god, this is heavy. But before we go any further, I want to show you guys a cross between what Barbie looks like as a horror film. Okay? So this is a trailer for Barbenheimer. Check it out. And any moment now it's going to play. If it doesn't, we'll just rewind it and try again.
Is that the horror movie?
This is good.
That is the horror movie.
Lack of content is the horror movie.
Right.
You just keep thinking it's going to start.
Okay, quick, Michael, tell us a joke. I'll fix this.
I got nothing.
Quick, Andrew, tell us a joke.
Okay. Nope.
Nope.
I was on this like really cool podcast, and the host was trying to get this like video to load, and it just wouldn't work at all, and it was really embarrassing.
Glenn, what's the most embarrassing part of your day? Tell me about that.
Like which day? Today? Oh man. I don't know. Today's been flawless. Nothing has gone wrong at all.
Nothing.
No, that's not really.
It's been amazing.
Some things have been happening that might be related.
We're in a race against the Nazis.
So cool.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
I'm actually not sure.
All America's industrial might and scientific innovation connected here.
We've got one hope.
What do I have to do?
I know what it means if the Nazis have a bomb.
Catastrophic! Well, remember this day.
Okay.
Detonator charge.
The world is not prepared.
Just a giant blowout.
How could you possibly know that? You are the man who gave them the power to destroy themselves.
Do you guys ever think about dying?
Would that have made it better, Rod, if they had added in Barbie into Oppenheimer?
Oh, I've got to see that.
Barbie.
I'd watch that.
That was really cool.
I'd see it. And Kimberly, you said that I tricked you into seeing Hereditary. No, I did not.
Oh, that's unforgivable, man.
I simply said that it was a great horror film. It was a more of artistic experience, and we would go enjoy it together. Now, you got to plead the blood of Jesus after that. That's not my fault. We enjoyed the film. All right. Birthday chick, you still with us? Birthday chick.
Yes, I'm still here. I just want y'all to see me smacking on these crab legs.
I knew that's what you were doing. I knew it. I knew you were sneaking off eating crab legs without me as usual. Okay.
I kept coming back in.
Well, look, speaking of the birthday chick, so Miss A.D. Payne and a good friend of ours, Miss Bianca McMillian, they are working on a new web series called The Essence of Eternity. And this past weekend, I had a chance to go and hang out with them on set, and I had a really good time, and I shot some behind the scenes footage. So I want to give you guys a sneak peek at the footage because I'm posting this on this coming Monday. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe so you can be notified of the new episode of the Rod Kirby Show. So I want to take you into this little back behind the scenes look of The Essence of Eternity. So let's hit this button here. And Andrew, another joke, please. None of my videos are working today. I don't know why.
Like every once in a while, the like system will kind of lag a little bit. There's like a bunch of people. I've had some issues with like StreamYard, but like it's mainly pretty good. I think it's, you know, like it adds a lot of ease into having like a bunch of guests and everything. So I mean, like I think you're doing great, man. You know.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And you know what? I'm going to add another $2 to your paycheck just today.
I need that.
Tamika, you know any jokes at all? Anything?
I know absolutely not one joke at all.
I don't believe that.
But I am going to go see Ninja Turtles, though.
Yeah.
And Blue Beetle. Anybody want to see Blue Beetle next week? I mean, this weekend.
God.
I kind of do want to go see that. I feel like there's a lot of those like in DC bros that are mad that it's this version of like a Blue Beetle. Yeah. I know that for a while there, it was rumored that they wanted to get Nathan Fillion and I forget the other guy's name, but they wanted to use the other Blue Beetle and like Booster Gold as this like comedy, like, you know, tag team style film or something. But I mean, the actor's really great on like a Cobra Kai. And I mean, when I was watching like Young Justice, he was one of my like favorite characters. So I mean, like I'm, you know, I mean, like it looks cool. I mean, so I'm sure like it'll be fun, and then everybody will hate it. So
it's been getting really good reviews, and that was
cool.
Blue Beetle was one of and my favorite characters on Young Justice fun. As well. So yeah,
he's like it was like him and like Aqualad are both awesome.
Yes.
And like I hate it because it took so long for that entire season to come out that it lost all this buzz and stuff, and then it finally came out again, and then it never got that same like in groundswell, but like how it was drawn was gorgeous, and then like all the stories were cool, it was fun. It was fun that they just made it about them and that they had to be these like new heroes as opposed to Superman and Batman and everything. It was cool,
right? And I don't know when the next season is coming out. I'm just like, but I think that's been their biggest challenge. That there is no consistency. No one knows when the next season is going to come out. Everybody's waiting. People get impatient and they move on to something different.
Yeah, definitely. Which is why we need physical media because you know there's all these shows on Netflix, Apple TV, and everything else, and if they come out like and come and go and it gets canceled, nobody ever has a chance to ever like, you know, check it out again and everything. It's absolutely insane. There's so many shows that, you know, and these people that have worked their whole lives to get to this point, and then, you know, maybe like initially it didn't catch that audience, like, you know, something like, you know, Party Down, you know, it came out forever ago, had an amazing cast, and nobody watched it. I think that it averaged like 65,000 people an episode. Ooh, but 10 years later, it has a brand new season because everybody in the initial show became famous and it had this amazing cult following, and you can't get that if these things, you know, get canceled and don't have actual like access to them and stuff. So hopefully, you know, they can fight through that, like, and start to actually have things, you know, put out and everything.
Yeah, it's the DC curse.
I heard an interesting conversation recently about that, sort of like with the streaming boom and all these companies that threw all this money, which is sort of imploding now. But that concept that like there's just like way too much content's been created, but because of that, there's going to be like quality projects, just like you were saying, they're sort of going to be like lost to time.
Yep.
They're just going to disappear.
Yeah.
You know, essentially. Maybe there's some way someone around that they'll figure out. But
I feel like, you know, it kind of happens kind of fast because like something like, you know, Ted Lasso, it like really took over and folks loved it, and now it's kind of just gone. Like, you know, like it like ended and folks don't even like talk about it like, you know, anymore. Something else on the Apple TV, that Adam Scott show, it's called like Severance. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. And I can totally see that just being gone as well. You know, it's nuts.
Yeah,
indeed. Before we continue, I got the video loaded, and I believe it's going to work now. Fingers crossed. Okay, so let's take a behind-the-scenes look at A.D. Payne's The Essence of Eternity. Here we go. Hey, boo.
How are you?
What are we working on?
We are working on Essence of Eternity web series. We are on episode 4.
Okay.
And we have Lily Land here, James Cook. We got Jasira. We have a lot of talent in this building. And we at K3 Cafe, baby. And we also got Flameaholics. We got Flameaholics and my girl A.D. Payne and myself and these beautiful, patient extras. And of course, V-Rod Kirby.
Hey. Who are you playing in this show?
I'm playing Essence.
Okay.
I'm playing Essence. I'm playing her. Yeah, she ain't on, you know, I can't give you too much. She got a lot going on.
I heard from James. You got a lot going on.
A lot going on, baby. A lot. So y'all just gotta wait and see.
Mr. James.
What's up, my brother?
Who are you playing in this?
Renzo.
Lorenzo.
Yes, sir.
Who is Lorenzo?
Renzo is the man.
He is the man.
Yeah, he's a man. Renzo is he's a love interest of Essence. Essence baby daddy. He's also married to Sarah's character. Forgot her name.
What was that?
Married to Sarah's. But yeah, so this scene right here is I'm with my side chick trying to make her my main chick, and my wife is peeping on me.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's creeping on me, peeping on me. Yeah, so that's what's going on in this scene right
So
here.
this is your wife?
That's my wife, yeah.
What's your name, ma'am?
My real name or my name for him?
What's your name? What's your name in the show?
My name in the show is Raven.
Raven. Who is Raven?
Raven is the wife of, what is your character's name? Renzo. Yeah, this is my first day on set.
Okay.
And I didn't have any lines, but hopefully the face card did not decline today. But yes, my name is Raven. I am the wife of Renzo. He cheating on me. So, yeah, so I had to come in here and see what's what.
Okay.
This is my bestie all the way from Atlanta. She's an extra. This is Shaquita.
Miss Quita?
Yes.
Okay. Shaquita. Yes. Nice to meet you.
Dr. Quita, if you want to be.
You said doctor?
Yeah, if you want to keep it 100.
Okay.
Dr. Quita. That's right.
What do you practice, doctor?
Mental health.
Okay,
Yep.
fantastic.
I treat substance abuse.
Wonderful.
Yep.
So you drove from Atlanta?
Yes,
Awesome. Welcome.
Number one supporter.
There you go.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Supposedly, that's all that it wants to play.
What happened?
Run it back. You got a whole audience.
Man, I know, right?
Sorry about that, but that was a first look at next week's video. It's behind the scenes of A.D. Payne's Essence of Eternity production that's going on right now. And A.D., are you guys done? Are you wrapped? Or you got another episode to film?
We have 3 more episodes. We're going to shoot 2 in the same day on next Sunday.
Okay. You still
So
got a lot
yeah,
of work to do. Okay.
it's going to be a long day. And I'm actually scouting for my finale location. I need a really big office.
I need a
Really big.
office. Looks like Glenn's he has a nice office over there with a whole bunch of paint products behind him.
Yeah, you get some artists in there. Yeah.
Just head on down to Tupelo, AD, and you can finish up there.
Glenn, that's my cousin.
I know, yeah. Like you got a classy name. I like it.
But yeah, so make sure you are subscribed if you're not, because I will drop the full video on Monday. It is already done. It's a wrap. It's in the can, and I don't know if I don't know why Mr. James was drinking on set that day, but
Yeah,
he was
James
definitely
always drinking on set.
Ooh, I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill them because they know I can't stand it. I can't stand them drinking. Let me say something. I had some real wine because I didn't have a chance to, make some little, prop wine, fake wine. They drank the whole bottle up there giggling. I said, "Hey, we better get through this scene."
It's crazy because you looked directly at Jacira and he looked at her and said, "Sir." That was a drunken slur. That's what that was.
And her friend works in substance abuse. I love that.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
It's like an on-set consultant.
Yeah.
The bad thing is he plays. He's playing a husband, but in the next scene after their scene that they do in the inside place, he goes outside. He chokes out a girl. So I don't know what message that we're trying to send here.
He's a
but
good guy.
He's a good guy at heart. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna choke her out pretty bad.
Yes, he does. So yeah, make sure you are subscribed. You will not want to miss the rest of that video. It's actually pretty cool. Pretty cool looking. And there also one thing that I didn't mention is they're shooting everything on iPhone 14, which is actually really cool as well. Ada, was that a budgetary constraint, or was that an artistic choice, or what made you decide to shoot it all on iPhone?
Well, really, back in what people don't know, when I first started writing, it was actually 2016, and me and Bianca, we had been talking on the phone or whatever, and I was like, "Girl, I got this series. It's a drama. I really like it." Whatever she read, she said, "Let's shoot it." I said, "We're gonna shoot it with our hands." She said, "No, I'm my iPhone." I said, "Are you serious?" So that's what happened. But it actually does a great job at shooting with her phone.
Yep.
We're trying to upgrade the equipment. That's why I want to talk to you, Rob. I saw some couple of cheap cameras on Amazon, and I want to buy you to see if I can to see if I could get your opinion on running the camera, because I know nothing, but I just want to see if I could get your opinion on some cameras to try to film, because I know nothing about filming, but I want to learn that part. I can direct or whatever, but I can't film. I can find the lens. I know nothing about that.
Well, look, from what I saw on set, you guys you're doing a great job. They had 2 camera operators on set, and they're using stabilizers and tripods. So they're doing a really good job. And in the video that I put together for the behind the scenes footage, I mentioned that it really doesn't matter what you're using nowadays. I mean, honestly, iPhone cameras have come such a long way that it's better than anything that you're using back in 2005, honestly.
Hey, you know what? I mean, I believe that y'all might know the exact name, but I feel like a movie was nominated for Best Picture and it was shot entirely on like an iPhone.
Oh wow!
I'm not sure if it was Roma, but it was like 2 years ago or something. It was like a Netflix film, and the entire thing was shot straight off like an iPhone, and it looked incredible. It's all about post stuff as well. If you can get all of, your camera's not going to matter if your scenes are, very well done, well lit, dynamic. If your shots are really interesting. So it's like in post, you can make anything look, great. So, as long as you're doing it, that's half the battle.
And I've got an excellent interview that I did with filmmaker Travis Mills, who shot, from what I know, I don't know if anybody else has done this, but he shot an entire feature-length film. It was a Western. So I believe he did the first Western feature-length film shot entirely on iPhone. And it looks amazing what he did. So if you want to check that out, head over to my YouTube channel under the playlist of filmmaker interviews and check for Travis Mills. And yeah, it's awesome project he did.
Yeah, I've been doing way more film. Like I was trained in theater, maybe on the film for acting class, but it's been a really big challenge in Memphis finding locations that don't want to break your wallet.
Okay. Yep. That's true, but you guys are doing excellent, and I want to wish you well on the rest of your shoot. Continue sucking on them crab legs and down in those margaritas. I know that's exactly what you're doing right now. Ain't saving
I
you a
am
doggone thing.
Thank you, guys. I love you.
Yeah, thank you. 80, have fun on it's your birthday night. It's my birthday night. It's our birthday night. We're doing it as big as we can.
Thank you so much.
You
Thank
have
you.
a good rest of your night. Okay, thank you.
You too. Bye bye.
You know, it's crazy that she, had brought up that, like, like the cost and everything here in Memphis. I know that, Craig Brewster has always wanted to do all this stuff in Memphis. It's just so, for whatever reason, it's so expensive here to shoot that he does other stuff in like Atlanta and other places because, he can find locations that look similar but are like half the cost. And then a lot of other cities actually pay people to actually come and stuff and do things because like it gives jobs and like, and all this positive light. And for whatever reason in Memphis, man, they just don't want to help anybody. It's nuts.
Well, the main thing with Memphis is the main problem is infrastructure. Atlanta has built up this incredible film industry, and that has, they're really next to Hollywood in size as far as economics. And the reason that is because they have the infrastructure that's built in place. They have the grants in place. They have legislation to help with with reimbursements. All that stuff is in place. Whereas Memphis, we're getting some things going. Like they just announced, maybe it was like maybe a year or two ago, where Shelby County you can actually get a reimbursement for shooting in Shelby County. So I mean, but it's small, and it's you have to spend like $200,000, and a lot of productions here aren't spending that kind of money. But it's still good. Still good to have in place.
It's just funny because when we were like a long time ago, when we were younger, I remember the Firm was shot here, and so when I was growing up, I thought that that's just how it worked. I thought that just movies were just being done in Memphis. I had no idea. It was like really cool moment and everything. So I just it's always cool to see people here do great things and push Memphis in this really positive light. I think it gets a really bad rap at times. It has a lot of amazing history, and so it's always cool to see people continuing to push the arts and stuff and do things and try to make us even better. So hats off to all of y'all for just constantly trying to just also do your dreams, but also keeping your like hometown like your heart as well.
That's right. And Glenn, did you shoot that last film, that feature that you did with Casey? Was that shot in Tupelo? Where was that shot?
That was shot in Tupelo. Driven, I think, was probably the one. Yeah. After that, I have another movie in post-production right now. It was going to be a Memphis movie fully, but then it ended up being like a half Tupelo, half Memphis movie. It hasn't come out yet. We're still working on it. It's called Safe and Sound. But
nice.
So we shot a chunk of that in Memphis. It was fun. I have a lot of family in Memphis too, so I have a lot of ties to that.
Cool.
Tamika, are you shooting anything right now?
Well, we're actually in post for a full feature film that we shot in June. And so super excited about that. I'm supposed to be directing a film in Atlanta, I think September, either end of October or early September, something. End of September, early October, something like that. But yeah, so just writing. I love writing. I try to write every day. But that's kind of sort of what I have going on right now.
Well, excellent. Looking forward to seeing both of your projects, and I'm looking forward to Andrew getting back on the podcast.
Yeah,
and
those are all equal. Yeah,
yes,
movies and a podcast. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, I want to start a podcast. If it makes you feel like, man, if I could only start this podcast. Finally.
If only I wasn't painting and also making movies, I could have a podcast on the side. And I'm just like, I just rather play Diablo 4. I can't do this right now. I just
you're so booked and busy. That's all it is.
Booked and busy.
Yeah.
Before we continue, there's one other activity I want to do with you guys. But before we get to that, I want to share a couple of jokes that came in from the chat from a couple cool people. First, we have the lovely Kimberly says, if you're American in the living room, what are you in the bathroom? I'm pretty sure you're European. Is that right? That's got to be it, right? And then Miss Carla Malone, thank you. Miss Carla Malone says, hey, this may be known and corny, but here is a joke a student told me, why do we tell actors to break a leg?
I've been waiting for the answer to this. Like I saw it, about 5 minutes ago, and I'm just like, I don't know. Well, what's the answer, Carla?
Like, right.
Carla, what's the answer? Well, we'll come back to Carla. You chime in with your answer once you have it. Yes, Kimberly, your opinion. You're very late as usual. Thank you very much, Kimberly.
You're not gonna do my friend like that. It's okay, Kim.
But you know what? If anybody's watching, if you got the answer to this, what do you tell actors? Why do we tell actors to break a leg? Let us know in the chat.
Like, I wonder if this is what Carla does, to just like goes to like random rooms, starts a joke, and then just never comes back, just to like make everybody go crazy in the room. Like, oh God,
did you know that? And then she just logs out,
disappears.
See you later.
So you'll never get the answer unless you Google.
Right.
Okay, check this out. We got another 10, maybe 15 minutes left in the show. I want to play a quick game with you all. Something that I like to play by myself. It sounds awkward, but
a little bit.
In my room by myself, I like to play this game. We're gonna call not thanks for playing. Let's go to slide 1, please. There we go. Guess the budget. There we go. Small movies with big profits. Okay, so it's a very simple game of guess the budget. We're going to guess how much a movie costs to make and how much it made after the fact. Before we do,
I love that the title says small movies, but every movie on here is like a blockbuster.
Oh, hush.
The Avengers, such a small film.
2 seconds away from kicking you out. And we have an answer from Carla. Carla, thank you so much, because every play has a cast. Oh,
nice.
Oh,
That checks out. That checks out.
Yeah, that registers.
Interesting.
Thank you so much, Carla, and thank you. I guess we can thank Kimberly as well for her European show. Thank you very much. So now let's guess the budget of these movies. Number 1, The Little Mermaid 2023. Mika, take a guess. How much do you think they made that movie for?
350 million or something like that.
Okay, got 350 million on the board. Andrew.
I'll take 260.
260. Okay.
We doing like Price is Right rules?
Let's do that.
I'm gonna go 259.
Right, $1.
Rod.
$1. What you got, Glenn?
Well, 259 was my joke answer, but it takes the moments past. So I'll go 150 million.
150 million. Okay. Now this is the House of Mouse. This is Disney, so they open a checkbook for that. Let's see. Survey says, is that the same game? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. Answer is $250 million budget.
Man,
was very close.
259.
It's just a 259.
259. Almost there.
Yeah.
And it grossed $567 million globally. If I only had 10% of that money, I'd be able to have as many PlayStations as I want.
Yeah. One. That's all I need.
Is that how you would spend it? You just buy a whole ton of PlayStations?
Let's buy a whole bunch of games. That's it. Don't worry about the rent, mortgage, nothing.
Yeah.
It's overrated.
Movie number 2, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Did anybody see this?
Yeah. It's amazing.
I love it.
I feel like it got in this. So it started off as this really fun indie film ish, and then it got too popular, and then it got where people thought it was like overrated. So it was weird that it started out as this really cool, different film that had an indie kind of like budget, and then it had this really cool overall concept but when it came out at the same time as like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange film. So folks thought that it was just copying the whole like infinite verse type of thing. But absolutely incredible. I cannot remember the actor's name, but him winning the Oscar after quitting acting for so long was just so inspiring. Yeah. And then like Yao was always incredible, like in everything she's in. It was back and forth on like a Jamie Lee Curtis being like awarded for this meal for this film and everything. I feel like she was good in this, but don't know if she deserved any type of Oscars or anything, but absolutely awesome movie.
Well, how much do you think it cost to make?
I'll say 70 million.
70 million for you. I got a comment. Miss Carla says 230 million. Okay.
Ooh.
Now, Carla, is this for this film or is this for the last film?
Probably Little Mermaid, right?
Yeah, we need a little clarification on that, Carla. Tamika, what do you think?
I'm gonna say 25 million.
25 million. Okay. Glenn?
69.
26
$1.
million. 26 million.
You said 26
million.
Okay.
right like in between both of us.
Right. Like, let me write this down here.
Perfect. Right. And the answer is $25 million.
Yeah.
And they grossed 106 million globally.
Very cool.
Which is great.
That's
yeah,
right?
You know, I was saying earlier that like A24 or whatever, and they also did this, you know, just like in really cool films.
That's really impressive for 25. I mean, that's $25 million, don't get me wrong, but that's like, it's a big scope.
But, you know, in this current, you know, like, you know, day and age, that type of film has kind of like fallen off, you know, like for whatever reason, studios don't like to make those mid-budget between like 30 and like 50 million films, and you know, because of Marvel and everything else, they do these ginormous budgets that like have to make $1 billion or they fail, and so then they don't want to take chances on films like this. So it's always great to see, you know, films that have really you know, like fun concepts, cool scripts, not really star level people, and then just really just like kill it. So like, you know, I love seeing films like this. It's great stuff.
Yeah, you know, the mid-budget drama, it doesn't exist anymore in theaters. It exists on streaming only now, which is, you know, which is terrible. Some of my favorite films were, you know, mid-level or mid-budget movies like that. Like what was that? Like Step Brothers was one of them. That's a comedy. Okay. It's not a drama, it's a comedy, but
it's not drama.
But it's still, I mean, it's
very dynamic, serious film, Step Brothers.
Thank you. Yes.
Very
mature.
Yeah.
Carla, thank you for clarifying that 230 million that you mentioned was for the last movie, which I would agree that was pretty close to that. But they did say 50 million for this movie, which is pretty close to that. And what's crazy is this movie is considered it's actually an independent film technically. I mean, A24 is a studio, but they're not Disney or Sony.
Yeah, you know, they're a lot like, you know, what's his name? Like the horror movie guy.
Blumhouse.
Yes, yeah.
Blumhouse,
he picks his scripts very specifically. And his model is very much like, okay, like I'm gonna give y'all $10 million, $12 million, and he knows that those are gonna turn around and make like 80 million. The, you know, horror industry is one of the only current, you know, genres that you can put a little bit of money into, and it's always like an amazing turn rate. You know, for whatever reason, people love horror movies, and so like, you know, you can drop, you know, 9 million. I mean, almost every Saw film, I think it was made under like $8 million, and all those made between 80 and like 100, like $40 million, and there's like 18 of them. So you know, it's just absolutely crazy.
In a lot of ways, it's like what keeps the industry going, I think.
Yeah,
that's true. All right, let's go to the next movie. We've got The Blair Witch Project, 1999.
I want to go last.
What do you think, Tamika? How much did they spend on The Blair Witch Project?
I'm going to say 1.5 million.
$1.5 million. Okay. Glenn, what do you got?
I'm going to go with what I think they said they spent. Maybe $50,000.
$50,000. Okay.
You went so low. Okay.
51,000.
Yeah. I'm gonna do 85,000.
85,000. Okay. 50,000. 51,000. I think it is good to keep in mind that it was definitely an indie project when they did produce it. So let's see what they got. 200,000 was the budget. And it grossed $248 million worldwide.
There's no, I mean, I don't think they spent 200,000 on it. You know, I think that's like a. Unless the editing might have been like
$160,000.
$160,000.
Too funny. Man, I remember going and seeing this, and I was young and dumb, and like, of course, I thought it was all real, and I thought it was like a documentary. I'm just like, oh my god, these poor people in these woods, you know, and just going back and watching it, you're just like, man, like they just bamboozled so many people. Like it's absolutely incredible to have this really basic idea and concept, and then it just sold so well. And then I remember going home and going online and trying to find, you know, all the truths about it, and they had done a really good job at creating fake websites and everything. And so just amazing marketing job, man, and just shows that like you don't need a lot of money to really make a dent. It's great stuff.
All you need, honestly, is story, and of course, okay, back then, 1999, the internet was still, you know, pretty young still, so people believed a lot of stuff that was on the internet, you know. But that story though was great, and the movie itself, honestly, it's not the most exciting movie because it's, you know, just people walking in the woods and all that stuff. But towards the end, it gets really good. But that marketing that they did with the website, and they had an entire backstory for the witch, and they had the entire backstory for the filmmakers in the movie, and then once the movie came out, they made sure that they stayed offline and didn't call anybody and kept out of public sight to make it really seem like they were really, you know, really dead.
Yeah.
It's
nuts to think that this came out at the same year as the Matrix. And both of those redefined both, you know, genres. Like, you know, I mean, like the Matrix in terms of how it was filmed and shot and just conceptually changed that entire like genre of like, you know, science fiction. And then this brought about this whole new realm of like, you know, Helltown, you know, like your cameras and stuff. And like it began this whole new wave of just really cheap films and everything. So just very cool to see like both ends, you know?
Right.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of interesting stories there too, man. Like talking about the actors not getting to publicize, like just think like, because none of them went on to have like a major career that I'm aware of. They did some work, but like if they had been allowed, you know, to enjoy the moment more.
We got a couple delayed comments, but Carla, you came pretty close with your $100,000 budget, so that's pretty good. Kimberly, shame on you for your 1999 budget there. That's not how much they spent. I'm sure they spent that on like food for an hour, maybe in the woods. All right, going on to the next movie, we have Ghost, 1990. Man. Bet you didn't see that coming, did you?
I did not.
No.
I remember seeing this in theaters, and I thought it was so scary. Like the dark like ghost, you know, characters would pop up and pick people up and take their souls.
Yeah, that was actually scary.
Whoopi Goldberg is absolutely amazing in this role. I believe she won the Oscar for this as well. And just such a weird movie in time that, you know, I don't think would ever get made now, but very, very fun. I'll say this was made for 18 million.
18 million. Okay. Tamika, what do you think?
I would say 10 million.
Okay. 10 million for you, 18 million for Andrew. Glenn, what do you think?
I'm gonna go high. I'm gonna go 40 because that state-of-the-art animation with those shadow guys probably cost a pretty penny.
All those like floating like penny tricks or whatever, you know, cost a lot of money.
Let's see what we got here. 22 million.
Okay.
But it grossed 500 million worldwide. Ooh. Can you believe that?
Impressive.
Yeah, man, it's a classic. How dare you?
Yeah, I mean, Ghost was okay, so I saw it when I was younger too. It was definitely scary. But it was hilarious and scary. And at the time I didn't understand the sappy moments, you know, between Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, but now I have a deep appreciation for, you know, filmmaking and movies in general. Yeah. And this is a good story, just good, wholesome drama. That's what you want.
Do y'all think that the people in the pottery industry hate Ghost because it changed how people do pottery? They like get behind each other and stuff and help each other out. Like, God, it's like Swayze.
So impossible to do that.
Like, God, I just want to make a pot. Get off me.
No. What are you doing?
And Carla Malone said it was one of her favorites, and she guessed 20 million. Yeah,
good
job, Carla.
Yeah.
Right there on the money. That's pretty close. Mm-hmm. I think we've got one more, one more. Let's go to Napoleon Dynamite, 2004 comedy. It's a comedy, but keep in mind it was an independent feature film.
I randomly, so like, because as opposed to doing podcasts, I just watch things on like YouTube. I watch it's called like Joe Blow or something, but they have all these like basically like 15-minute long videos about films and stuff, and they talked about this, and actually they had shot the original pilot to type of like film or whatever, and he had another perm, and they left it out and it got ruined somehow, and so he had to do like his own hair, and so originally it was more like permish huge, and instead they just like curled his stuff, but he wasn't allowed to wash his hair on set because it would go like flat again. So they said that like his hair like smelled so terrible by like week 2 or something. But just like really another example of just like a really small idea for a film and concept, and it just caught every audience member by like surprise, and just super smart and fun, and it shows like you don't have to be like raunchy or anything. It's just really weird humor, and it sucks that the guy who made this didn't really ever find another solid film. I believe he did the Jack Black film Nacho Libre as well.
Nacho Libre,
and it just never really caught the same audience again, but just a really polarizing time in like film, just great. I'll say that they made it for $2 million.
$2 million. Okay. Glenn, what do you think?
I'll go 1 million.
1 million, 2 million. Do I got 3 million? 3 million, 3 million, 4 million.
I'm gonna say 1 million.
1 million. Okay.
We're gonna split the prize.
We're both going 1 million.
And Carla's got her vote in. She says it's somewhat funny for 400,000. Okay. Well, let's see what we got here. 400,000. Carla, you are the winner.
Wow.
Carla, right on the money. Look at that. And
she actually worked there, so she fully knew the budget.
Yeah. And you know what? This movie taught me that there's a movie for somebody out there. So whatever crazy idea that you're trying to produce, whether it's crazy humor, crazy dark, crazy sci-fi, or whatever it is, there's an audience for it. You just got to find it.
Man, it took me, like this embarrassingly long time to understand that every movie ever made is a person's favorite movie, and
yeah.
And it's like I was talking to somebody about the film Sucker Punch, and I was being really like dismissive and I was bashing it, and the person got offended because it meant something to them story wise, because it touched on things that they dealt with like in high school, and I was like, man, I come off like such a jerk, because it's so, there's a level of egotism that like I have some kind of better thought process in terms of what like a good film is, and like and wanting people to have like this level of like validation, because like so it took me a while to understand that every film has its merits, and and just because I like something doesn't mean it's good. And even if a film is viewed as good, doesn't mean that I have to also like it. I think that a lot of arguments, happen because people get these attachments to films and then feel that everybody else needs to have these, exact same opinions. And so you get these aggressive comments in YouTube and Twitter and stuff because people just can't understand that other people have different opinions on things.
That's true of a lot of things, politics, religion, all that stuff. So yes, I definitely feel you on that. And did you know, as a fun fact, I believe there's a director's cut of Sucker Punch coming out soon.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. It's Zack Snyder is working on that as we speak.
Release a Snyder cut of every movie.
Again, release it. We want it now. And yeah, that is all we got for Guess This Budget, the Guess That Budget. I think I switched the title on that, but whatever. It's all good. It's my birthday. Still hanging out here. But yeah, that's it. And look, thank y'all for hanging out with me. I really, really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Everyone that's watching, all 300 million of you watching on the internet, even though I see two. Thank y'all for watching and hanging out with me tonight. Again, help me get my subscribers up. So I want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, share with your friends, email your old grandma who watches YouTube for those knitting and cat videos, and say, hey, you might like this young man. Well, I'm still young in my mind. Like I'm 25 in my mind still.
I mean, like it's all like, like objective.
Yeah, even though today I'm
younger than
40
the earth.
and I've got a pain in my foot for some unknown reason. But yeah, that's our show. Thank you so much for hanging out, my panelists here, and for everyone watching. Thank you so much again, and good night and guten Tag if you're in Germany.
Hey,
peace out.
Good night.